I guess it's time to go.
I'll let you guys know.
Breaking news.
Breaking
Radio.
news.
He looks like a Cuban that's been dead for 3 weeks.
Look in Baker's eyes. I think we were on the same level.
He looks like Matilda's daddy that sells cars.
Danny DeVito?
I think he danced in front of us for about an unnecessarily long time.
Based on a rundown.
Featuring Val. Yours truly. We're talking about
Other players, there was Maddox, Glavin, Smoltz, Avery.
Is John, hit us with it.
This is all pointless right now because you have no idea what anyone's going to do in free agency.
Jeff Blauser, Chipper Jones.
I was going to say, we're Chipper.
His English is not tremendous.
Oh, whoa, what the heck?
I remember when Doug Flutie had got benched for that 6'5", just athletic quarterback who was trash.
I'm sorry to say this. I don't think he's been that good.
Oh, whoa, what the heck?
Still, if Kevin Pritchard walked up to me, I wouldn't know.
I don't think anybody is going to shy away from calling the NCAA corrupt and money grabbers.
This is Crime Dog right here. This is D Crime. This is Fred McGriff.
my whole thing
they
is
had a chance to do that with Dak.
I never said
Music on? Is that me?
No, it's a fucking train. I'll mute myself until it passes.
So everything we say right now can be changed in a month and a half.
I'd say an F the Chiefs.
Whoever wants to go back on the business side of things,
I'm enjoying the game.
I used to
I don't know
fight
what you guys are talking about. I want
He
to.
just told that.
Are officially live.
Oh, boy. My heart is beating fast right now.
Well, hello.
Salutations, Joshua.
Best episode of the year right now, I think.
The best episode of the year. It's episode 10. We've made it double digits, right?
Yep.
That's obviously what you're talking about. What's the date?
Today is March 16th, 2021, and it is 8:03 officially time to break out those brackets and start getting the right picks.
Yes, it is time to make our picks. This is going to be the Pick'em show, as you saw on the links and all that other stuff.
Hours, so.
No, last night's show was 3 hours because we literally broke down every single team.
You're welcome.
For you. So now you don't have to do that. You can just go back and watch that, or you can just check out the Instagram or the Twitter feeds because we've cut it. We've done an even more service for you by cutting them down to a just minute-long bite-sized clips. We're currently
each team.
Yeah, each team.
It'll be out before the tournament.
But until then, we have to fill out our brackets, Josh.
I'm ready.
I'm ready too.
I slept on it. I feel like I'm better educated after yesterday. I think I've got a chance to win all my bracket contests. So
I'm looking for the perfect bracket. I'm trying to get that $1 billion,
Yeah.
So let's get to it. All right. Are you ready, folks? I know you're ready. We've got a comment right here. Oh, great. Yep.
Yeah.
What? I know.
Alex is back.
Sorry, Alex. Sorry that it was a little much, but we got to get out to the people.
We're all better for it. So.
Sorry. My dad just texted me. All right. So let's just start right from the jump again, back in the West, where we started last night with the number 1 seed in the entire tournament. All right, Gonzaga, however you want to pronounce it. Okay, the Bulldogs are taking on the winner of Norfolk State versus Appalachian State, and as we discussed last night, it really doesn't matter the winner of that game. They are just fighting.
Coin, they're going to get murdered.
Yeah. So Gonzaga is going to take that game.
Yeah,
Josh, I can only assume. Yeah, moving on.
Yep.
8-9. Missouri, Oklahoma. Oklahoma, the 8. Missouri, 9. Either way. Could go either way.
Yeah. These 8-9 matchups are tough.
We've got, okay, good. Just in time. Thank goodness because we're starting. Ladies and gentlemen, it is none other than Chris McMurray. Chris, where are you dialing in from?
I am at Strikes Entertainment, fellas.
Chris, we're glad to have you. And Johnny Markham, the man, the myth, the legend. Whoa, hey, this is PG. All right. So, Chris, obviously, we're assuming you're taking Gonzaga. We just started. We can only assume you're taking Gonzaga.
Wait, taking Gonzaga like to win it all?
No,
Well,
to beat Norfolk State.
We shall see, but
yes, I'm
to win their first game.
Gonzaga to beat
Yeah.
Okay, so moving on. We're at Oklahoma and Missouri. I am taking Brady Manick and the Oklahoma Sooners to beat Missouri. Josh, you were talking last night, talking about Missouri losing some close games and falling off at the end.
Yeah, I think I'm on Austin Reeves and Damian Harmon and OU as well. So,
all right, so a lot of pretty boring so far. Lots of
and I
lots
can't
of similar.
Let me. How long are y'all gonna be on?
Chris, it's going to be an hour-long show probably. We gotta.
I'll be on in an hour.
All right, we'll
Okay.
catch you on the back end. Thanks for coming, Chris.
All right, we are. God, love that guy.
Yeah.
Back to business. Sorry about that, folks. The 5-12 game, Creighton versus the Gauchos of University of California, Santa Barbara.
Well,
I've got Creighton
first upset here.
in
Yeah,
spite.
I
In
also
spite
have
of
Creighton.
in spite of Greg McDermott telling his players to stay on the plantation, I think that they are going to stay on the plantation and play hard, at least in this first round.
Yeah, I think it's a losable game for Creighton, but I think they're gonna make it out alive. So,
And then we move on to Virginia versus Ohio. 4 versus 13, defending national champions, Virginia. I'm taking Ohio. And it's because of, was it Jaden Patterson or what? The guard that we discussed last night. See, it's all just in and out. It was like taking a final exam, basically.
yeah, I feel like I ran a marathon.
That's what you said last night.
That's
So, yeah, I'm taking Ohio.
Yeah,
They've got great guard play who did walking triple-double possibly.
Yeah, they do have good guard play. I think they play at a pretty good pace. I think they're going to beat Virginia as well. I am a fan of Ohio, the way they play. They're hot right now. They came to the MAC tournament as a 5 seed. They played at a at a very fast pace. That's what I'm trying to say. English is not my first language, so I'm going to Ohio as well over Virginia.
Oh, well, thank you, Johnny. Thank you for the kind words, Johnny. A couple good-looking guys. A good point brought up by Alex here. Has Virginia even been cleared to play?
Yeah, they have not. And in fact, they're showing up. They play Saturday. They are showing up to Indianapolis on Friday night. So
it's a good question. How do we feel about Quad C? I don't know how the Collin County Community College Cougars are going to do. Speaking of which, it's not a commercial or anything because we're not getting paid, but check out Last Chance U Hoops with East Los Angeles College. It's fantastic. I made the mistake of binge watching it in one day, and now I'm just craving more. I might go back and rewatch it.
Yeah.
Thank you for the jokes, Johnny. This is serious business, though.
Yeah, but to go back to Alex's question, no, they have not been cleared to play, and that is going to be on the city health officials. So it's not going to be an NCAA decision. It's not going to be a team decision. It'll be contract tracing. So we'll see. If it doesn't, then we've all got to kind of review our brackets. I'm not sure what it's going to look like having a 4 seed replaced or possibly a 3 seed in Kansas. But either way, I'm going to go. If I've got Ohio beating Virginia, I'm probably going to have them beat whoever that replacement team is. So Ohio is moving on to
Ohio's going to play
game of the weekend.
Ohio's going to play. They're going to beat Virginia. Good point. Next is USC versus the winner of Wichita State and Drake. I like USC because of their size.
Yeah, big fan of Evan Mobley, future lottery pick next year. I'm going to go with USC moving on as well.
Possibly. There's an asterisk by all the teams right now because COVID could beat all of them.
Yep.
Kansas versus Eastern Washington. Taking the Jayhawks here.
Yep, pretty easy one there.
So, did you hear the news that KU lost one of their guards, one of the key players that you were talking about last night?
I did not hear that.
So, this is news. Breaking news, I guess. I got to look up his name real quick. It's going to come up with injury.
That's very interesting. I still have
Jalen Wilson. Jalen Wilson. is going to miss the first round of the tournament. So
just the first round, though, possibly. So still have him moving on, and hopefully he gets back and gets right for second game matchup against USC.
I guess he tested positive for COVID or something. I don't know. Did he?
I don't think he. If he tested positive, I don't think he.
No, he missed the big. Oh wait. Okay. Yeah, I guess. Oh, it says here that KU has not confirmed that he's going to miss the first round, but he did not travel to Indianapolis with the team.
Gotcha.
So he averages 12 points and 8 boards a game.
Yeah, almost a double-double. I'm still going to take them over Eastern Washington and move on. So
I think so too. I was just worth mentioning now. Oregon versus VCU. Oregon versus VCU.
I went back and forth on this game. I think I originally had VCU, and I flipped to Oregon. So if you're watching at home, I'm picking Oregon. You probably want to pick VCU because you probably want to fade me. Whenever I flip my gut decision, I always lose, it seems. So, but I'm going to stick with Oregon. I think Oregon, Dana Altman's team is going to beat VCU.
You're like Keanu Reeves in Hardball.
Yeah, definitely.
Going against. Suddenly you're going against Jordan, or you're saying Jordan's going to cover.
Yeah.
At the last second. And then finishing off in the West.
Who do you have? Do you have VCU or Oregon?
Oh, I've got Oregon. Yeah, no, I've got Oregon.
Okay. All right.
Well, I wasn't debating on it. And then Iowa versus Grand Canyon. It's exciting times for Grand Canyon University. The Antelopes, I think.
Yep.
They
Bryce Drew may be their coach. Scott Drew's brother.
Yeah,
former Valparaiso.
They joined Division I, 8 years ago or something like that, maybe less, and are now in the big dance. So that's awesome. There are teams that go
and it's not
30,
their first
40
year
years.
in the big dance. I think they had an upset I think a couple of years ago. So, but no, I'm going with Iowa. I think by a lot.
Yeah.
So
yeah, I think that Garza is going to just dominate anybody that they throw at him. He's going to dominate those that big, because Grand Canyon's got some bigs too. See, that's the thing.
Yeah, but
they're
not looking Garza. So
no, they don't. So do we want to just break down each region and say who's going to win each region, or do okay?
Yeah.
Okay, so second round we both have Gonzaga versus Oklahoma. I took the Bulldogs to beat Oklahoma. It's a safe pick. Creighton versus Ohio. We both have that game.
Yeah.
I'm taking Ohio.
I think this is your double-digit seed that makes it to the Sweet 16. I've got a couple of them, sprinkled through my bracket, a few of them actually, but Ohio is my biggest long shot, my highest seed to make it to the Sweet 16. So I think they're going to play fast-paced. Creighton has not been playing well as of late. So yeah, I'm on Ohio.
And so, same. So that brings us to USC versus Kansas with the I guess it's COVID protocol, so it's not like
they're saying he's going to be out the first weekend. Though.
Yeah, so if he's out the first weekend, I'm taking USC.
I think I'm still taking Kansas. I don't know if I trust the Pac-12 team.
Our first disagreement.
I've got Kansas without. Yep, we were on the same page this whole time. But
that's good. That's awesome.
I like Kansas. So to move on. So now we've got
Oregon and Iowa.
Oregon and Iowa. I think we're going to probably disagree on this one as well.
Are you taking Oregon?
I'm taking Oregon. I'm taking Dana Altman's crew. I just don't trust Iowa. Iowa beats the crap out of really bad teams, but they have a very hard time with good teams, and I think Oregon's going to give them fits. So I'm going to go with the Ducks. I'm going Oregon here.
Wow. Yeah. No, I'm definitely taking Garza. He's going to win Player of the Year. Yep. I'm thinking like a Frank Kaminsky situation here.
Yeah, I'm not sure I trust the rest of Ed McCaffrey's crew. So.
All right. Well, that's you. All right. So we disagreed on 2. Didn't we?
That Sweet 16 is going to be different for us. We'll have different.
Yeah, you took a completely different matchup. So Gonzaga versus Ohio, we both have that one.
Yeah.
I'm taking Gonzaga there.
Yeah, this is where the storybook ending ends. For Ohio, I think Gonzaga rolls there. And
there will be no one shining moment being played.
Yeah, pretty easy path for Gonzaga to get to the Elite Eight. So, okay, the Bulldogs.
And then I'm taking Iowa to make it to the Elite Eight.
Wow.
And to beat USC. And you have a completely different game. You have Oregon versus Kansas. And I'm going to guess you're taking Kansas.
Yeah, Jalen Wilson should be back by the second weekend. So I'm going to go Kansas over the Ducks and Kansas and Gonzaga in my Elite Eight.
And I have Gonzaga winning the West.
Yep, and I do as well. The finishing touches on that. I think we were both on the same page. Gonzaga, until they've been beaten, it's hard to go against them.
I'm right there with you. All right, that's the West. So moving on to the East, because that's the order that I have it in here on the CBS or the Yahoo app. Michigan versus the winner of Texas Southern and what was the other one, like Mount St. Mary's or something like that?
Yeah, it'll be Texas Southern probably, but even without Isaiah Livers, I don't think Michigan's going to have a hard time.
No, not at all.
Yep.
LSU versus the Bonnies of St. Bonaventure. I'm taking the Tigers. I'm taking the Bayou Bengals.
I am back and forth on this as well. I think if St. Bonnie's comes out and can hit the three, I think their best player shoots 40% from three. I'm going to go the Bonnies. I think the Bonnies are going to pull an 8-9 upset. I don't think I think LSU, they got hot at the right time, but I'm going to go St. Bonnie's.
No, I don't think I think the Michigan State Spartans are rated right where they should be at 11 in that little play-in game thing against UCLA. And I think that, they'll cover whatever spread is thrown at them, but I don't see them going.
We'll get to them.
Yeah, anyway, that's later on. So you're taking LSU, though?
I'm taking the Bonnies.
Oh, you're taking the Bonnies. Okay, you got Michigan versus the Bonnies in the second round.
I do.
So the next game, Colorado versus Georgetown. I'm taking Patrick Ewing's team. I'm taking Georgetown, taking the Hoyas. I think they've got size. They've, rattled off 4 in a row to win the Big East tournament, against quality opponents. And, they're hot. And I don't trust the Pac-12. And I just wanted another high seed to make my bracket look a little bit more interesting.
Yeah, I'm actually going to disagree again on this one. I'm going to go the Buffalo. I think that Colorado team is pretty good, and I think they were going to get a 3 seed until they lost the Pac-12 tournament, possibly a 4 seed. So I think they were kind of a little bit underrated from what their seed is. But I'm going to go with Buffalo here. I don't love the Big East. I don't love the Pac-12. But Georgetown had a lot of trouble this year, and
it's a matchup of 2 overrated conferences.
Yeah, I think they're going to burn out here, and I think they're going to be a first-round exit.
All right, so it's another good disagreement there. Florida State versus North Carolina Greensboro. I'm taking Florida State.
Yeah, I'm also on Florida State.
All right, that was easy, knocking it out. BYU versus the winner of Michigan State and UCLA. I'm taking Michigan State in the UCLA game, but then I'm taking BYU, the Storm and Mormons, to beat the winner of the 11 seed game. And I want to hear your take.
I'm going with Michigan State to beat UCLA, and then I have Michigan State winning again versus BYU.
So you would side with that, or to answer Alex's question earlier.
Yeah, I do think they're a little bit underrated. I don't have them going any further than that. We'll get to that, but it's hard to go against Tom Izzo and Marsh. So I don't want to be on the side getting burned by Tom Izzo. So I'm going to have them going to the second game of the weekend and winning their first round matchup. So they'll get 2 wins in the tournament and still be out the first weekend.
And then we've got Texas versus Abilene Christian, 2 Texas schools going at it in the first round. Not a fan of that. I would like to see more Texas teams have the opportunity to advance as far as possible because,
we're there. We're here in Texas.
But I'm taking University of Texas.
Yeah, I'm taking Shaka Smart and the Longhorns. I really like this team. I really like this.
You were really high on them last night. And then Connecticut versus Maryland, taking UConn.
Yep, Book Knight's healthy. I think I confirmed it is Book Knight.
Okay.
So he's healthy. I don't like that Maryland team very much, and I think UConn is going to not breeze by him. It's going to be a hard fought game, as any 7-10 game is. But I'm going to go with the Huskies.
And then we've got Alabama versus Rick Pitino and Iona, the Gales. And I'm taking Alabama. That is the team that I'm very high on.
Yeah, I'm going to take Alabama too. Iona's going to try to take the air out of the ball, but I'm going to go with Alabama.
That's just how Rick Pitino coaches, man.
Yep.
Long, drawn-out possession. So the second round, I've got Michigan beating LSU. You've got Michigan playing against St. Bonaventure.
And I've got Michigan moving on. I think St. Bonnie's or LSU can give Michigan a lot of trouble. Isaiah Livers is going to be out the entire tournament, it looks like, with a broken foot. But I still have Michigan advancing out of the first weekend.
And then you have Colorado facing Florida State. I've got Georgetown facing Florida State. I've got Florida State advancing.
Yep, I've got Florida State advancing as well.
Okay.
They got Florida State,
Florida State's in the Sweet 16 for both of us. I've got Texas beating BYU. You have Texas beating Michigan State.
Yep.
Okay.
Now, if Michigan State beats or loses to UCLA, I've got BYU in that game.
Okay.
I would assume I can still change my picks and pass the picking game. So
you would got it. I mean, you can only assume because they don't even have the matchups matter in those games. Honestly, the 11 games, 11-5, especially, and then UConn versus Alabama. I'm taking Bama.
I'm taking Bama as well.
Too much 3-point shooting, too much speed. They're They're a good defensive team. They're just a good team. There's a reason they're a 2 seed. And then I'm taking Florida State to beat Michigan.
I am also taking Florida State to beat Michigan. So
it's a big deal when your top guard is out.
Yeah. I think they're going to have a lot of trouble without Isaiah Livers this year. This tournament, you've got to be fully healthy, clicking on all cylinders during the tournament. And Michigan, it will not be. So
making it out of the first round's tough. Beating LSU or St. Bonaventure is going to be tough enough as is. They're going to get a break, going into the next round. But yeah, Florida State's too big. They're healthy.
Yeah.
They're the kryptonite to Big Ten teams as far as just like they've got the size to match up.
Yeah, and they want to run and they want to get out. So
And then Texas versus Alabama. I'm taking Bama. I've got Bama versus Florida State. All right.
Big on that Texas team. So
So we've got a little bit different of a matchup here to take it home. Who do you have winning the East?
Yeah, Texas versus Florida State. I've got the Longhorns advancing all the way to the Final Four.
Wow. Shaka Smart getting into the Final Four.
11 players in the top 80 recruiting. Greg Brown is a good big man. We got another good big man. I got Andrew Jones, Coleman. They've got talent on that team, and Shaka Smart's been in this tournament before and has had success in this tournament. So I'm not huge on Shaka Smart, but I think that's going to go a long way. I think they're going to beat Florida State, get to the Final Four.
Wow, and I've got Alabama going to the Final Four from the East. So that's good. A different Final Four from the two of us. That's nice. Okay, we're moving on to the South. All right, we're just flying through this thing tonight. Baylor versus Hartford. Do you have any special upset happening here?
No, Baylor's going to roll. So.
All right, that's what I thought too. I've got Wisconsin beating North Carolina in the 8-9 game, with Wisconsin being the 9, because North Carolina last night after talking, it seemed like North Carolina pretty much lost all of their tough non-conference games.
Yeah, North Carolina didn't play well the first half of the season, but they turned it on, and they're pretty hot here towards the end of the season. I think their big men are going to give Wisconsin fits, and I just don't love that Wisconsin team. They didn't beat any good teams, it seemed like, all year long.
And you're a Big Ten guy. You watch Big Ten hoops all the time, so you're
yeah.
Okay.
So I'm going North Carolina just because I think having 3 guys over 6'10" in your rotation is gonna, and they're thick. So I've got North Carolina and Baylor moving on to the round of 32.
All right. So then that brings us Villanova and Winthrop. I've got Nova going on.
I've got the Eagles. I've got Winthrop.
Whoa, there's another. Okay. This is a very different bracket a very different region for the two of us.
Yeah, that 12 versus 5 seed, there's always going to be upsets. I didn't pull the trigger in the West, and I didn't pull the trigger in the East, but I'm pulling the trigger here. I like that Winthrop team. They've only lost 1 game all season, and Villanova without Connor Gillespie is Just not a team I'm betting on. So
all teams will stay in one location this year as opposed to traveling as it was before. Could this help some Cinderella teams?
You guys
are they just going to stay there the whole time?
Yeah, they're staying in Indianapolis, and they've got to drive an hour to Mackey Arena in West Lafayette. I think they're playing maybe in Butler's court. So there are a few different college courts around, as well with Indianapolis. But I think it's the same, other than for teams like Virginia and Kansas that are probably going to be traveling into Indianapolis the night before.
Right.
Everybody's going to be going through the same stuff. So I don't know if that's going to tip the scales.
Yeah, I don't know if
it's a good point to bring up, though. It could. So
it's interesting. And then, so I guess the next matchup we have is Purdue versus North Texas, the Mean Green.
Yeah, I'm going to be honest.
Boiler up.
Yeah, I'm going Purdue, but this matchup scares the hell out of me. If Purdue's guards don't bring it, they could be in some trouble. North Texas has got a little bit of length, but they're very guard oriented. But I think Purdue's freshman guard Jaden Ivey has really turned the corner. So I've got Purdue advancing to face Winthrop in the round of 32.
I've got Purdue versus Villanova in the second round. So we're both boilering up in the first round.
It hurt my heart to say that if they lost, I'm not going to be flabbergasted. But
but you'll still be sad.
Yeah, I will be sad and it'll be upsetting. But I think they're going to win. But if they lose, it's not going to be a shell shock for me. So
we all just move on. The world keeps on spinning.
Yep.
Texas Tech versus Utah State, the Aggies.
Not a big fan of the Aggies this year. I'm going to go Texas Tech to move on there.
Yep, samesies, guns up. Arkansas versus Colgate. You were big on that Arkansas team, so I can only assume that you're taking Arkansas to beat Colgate.
I've been thinking about this Arkansas team a lot today.
Great toothpaste, not a chance to beat Arkansas.
Colgate scores more than anybody in the league, just about 86 points per game. I think it's going to be a fun game. I think both teams want to get out and run. I just think Arkansas, they only lost 5 or 6 games this season, and 4 of those are without Justin Smith, who is healthy. So I really like this Arkansas team to advance past Colgate and maybe a little further. So we'll see.
Nice. And then Florida versus Vatech. Did you see Virginia Tech's video that they put out today?
Yeah. They're very slighted getting a 10 seed.
Or yesterday or whatever it was. Whatever the whole what was it? It was thanks for doubting us. That was the whole campaign. It was thank you for doubting us, and it was all these different. Oh, we've got a call in right now. This could be dangerous.
Michael. That's Michael.
Hello.
Hey.
Michael, you're on the air.
Hey, I just got a question. I've got North Carolina in my Elite Eight. Am I crazy, or do they stand a chance? That's it.
They're crazy. I don't think they've got the guard play to match up with Baylor.
Josh says you're crazy. He's saying that they don't have the guard play to match up. So, what are your thoughts?
Right.
Why did you take North Carolina?
I think they got a bunch of size. They're kind of old school, and a bunch of people don't match up that way. And in a one-game kind of tournament, I think they stand a chance.
Michael, whatever you prefer. Thanks for calling in. We really appreciate that. I think we're going to probably touch on that in the next round because we haven't even gotten to that round. Josh has North Carolina playing whoever. So thanks for calling in, Michael, and thanks for watching the show.
All right, thank you.
All right. That was Michael.
That's an ORU alum for you.
ORU. So he's got a lot vested in this tournament.
Yeah, and in this region.
Eyes are glued to the screen for what we're about to say. But Florida versus Virginia Tech, they basically put up a banner for getting a 10 seed. I'm surprised that they're not having the whole city of, what is it, Blacksburg is where it is. I'm surprised they're not having a parade just for making the dance, with the whole video tribute thing. So I'm taking Florida to beat the pants off of them because it's if that's not bulletin board material, I don't know what is.
Yeah, I'm going to actually go with Virginia Tech. I'm not going to buy into their social media guy having any effect on this game. And Florida, their best player went out early in the season, collapsed on the court, Keontae Johnson, and will not be playing in this. And I just don't trust them. I don't think they've got enough. And Virginia Tech's been playing pretty well, so I'm gonna go Vol Tech here.
And then, all right, then this is the big one: ORU at 15 versus the Ohio State University.
Yeah, I think, and a little bit biased, but I think this game is going to be a lot closer than what you would think a 15-2 will be.
So whatever the line is, you're going to say, if it's Ohio State by 20, you're going to say,
I think ORU will cover that. But I'm going to go Buckeyes here to advance. So I don't think Max Abmas. I'm really hoping Max Abmas decides to take every single shot and see how many points he can put up. And I think that probably is the only way that they have a chance. So
it'll make for a fun game.
Yeah.
So the next round, we've got Baylor versus, I've said Wisconsin. You say North Carolina. I've got Baylor winning. Baylor beating Wisconsin. What do you got?
Yeah, I've got Baylor beating North Carolina. I do like the size that North Carolina has. It is old school. But old school.
It's Roy Williams. That's how
Roy
Williams teams have an identity.
Yeah, old school doesn't really play as much anymore. If you can't shoot and you don't have great guard play, it's what really makes this tournament fun is the guard play. And I don't love the bigs enough at North Carolina. I don't think they use them well enough. I think they should use a lot more pick and roll, high screens like that, and they don't. They just kind of hope that they can feed it into the post or get an offensive board. Baylor does struggle on the glass, but I'm going Baylor over North Carolina.
All right. So we both got Baylor going on. Purdue versus Villanova. I'm taking the Boilermakers. Boilering up, baby.
I've got Purdue beating Winthrop. I think Winthrop's going to beat Villanova and lose to the Boilermakers. I think Trevion Williams is going to be a problem for them. And Zach Edey, as soon as you get done with an all Big Ten player in the post, you bring in a 7'4" all Big Ten freshman, Zach Edey, who's just really been lighting it up lately. And he shoots free throws ridiculously well for how big he is. So when you've got that, they try this back screen and it works almost every time where it's a few screens and a hedge screen and they throw it up to Edey and he really doesn't have to jump and he dunks it. So I've got Purdue and their young squad moving on to the Sweet 16 on the second weekend.
All right. Samesies. And then Texas Tech versus Arkansas. I'm taking Arkansas.
I'm also taking Arkansas. Like I said, the past couple of days of watching them and looking at highlights and looking at their team, I really like this Arkansas team, man. I really like them. I think Tech's offense is just going to be what kills them. Max McClung can take the air out of the ball just dribbling too much, and I think he can get in the hero mode and it puts Tech into a lot of trouble. So I'm going with this Arkansas team.
All right, yeah, same again. So far we both have Baylor, Purdue, and Arkansas in our Sweet 16, followed by I've got Ohio State playing Florida. You have Ohio State playing against Virginia Tech. Either way, I assume we both have Ohio State winning.
Well, you know what they say about assuming, right?
Well. You're taking the Hokies, huh?
I'm taking the Hokies. I don't love this Ohio State team enough without Kyle Young, who doesn't look like he's going to be playing. I think they're going to be first-round exit. I think they're going to be a 2 seed that's out early. They did get hot in the Big Ten tournament, but I didn't love them watching them all season. Dwayne Washington's good. EJ Liddell's good. But I think they're going to really feel not having Kyle Young here in the second round. And I've got Virginia Tech moving on.
All right. Well, that's the one difference that we needed in this region. So Baylor versus Purdue, I'm taking the Bears.
Jared Butler's too much. He's going to.
I wanted to take Baylor. I wanted to take Purdue, man. I wanted to pick the ball. Not even just for you. I've got a lot of family that went to Purdue.
Yeah,
so I've followed Purdue.
Like I said, Purdue's the 5th youngest team in the country. And
it's good to look forward to.
Guard play is just not good enough. They don't shoot the three good enough. And Baylor's going to move on here. So I've got
just something to look forward to in the future with a team like that at Purdue. And then Arkansas versus I've got Ohio State. You have Florida. Or no, excuse me. You have Virginia Tech. So Arkansas versus Virginia Tech. I'm taking Arkansas in this no matter who they're playing.
Yep, I'm as well taking Arkansas in this. The double-digit seed run is over for Virginia Tech. That slight that edge that they're carrying on their back about making the tournament ends here. So good run for them to the Sweet 16, but Arkansas, man, I just really like that Arkansas team.
And then Baylor versus Arkansas.
I've got Baylor, but
Same.
I think it's going to be that's going to be a very fun game. But I do think Baylor's the better team, and Baylor moves on there.
Same. Hold on 1 second. I forgot about. It's going to sound so stupid, man. I put some chicken in the oven at the beginning of this, and then totally forgot. Yeah, it's going to
burn the house down.
Yeah, it's going to catch on fire now.
Yeah. But to go back to that Baylor game.
Sorry about that.
No, yeah, I think it just depends your opinion on Scott Drew. I think whether he's a good coach or not, this team is just too good, too skilled to not make it to the Final Four this year, especially in this bracket. I think this bracket really favors them to move on. But I think the Arkansas game is going to be close.
It's about time he made it, though.
Yeah, agreed.
And then, all right, finally the Midwest. Illinois is the 1 seed playing against Drexel. The Dragons. You like the Dragons. You like the name. So this is going to be a dangerous pick for people because a lot of people around the office, all right, the people who have no idea about the, you know what I'm talking about, they're going to say, oh, the Dragons. That's a fun name.
That's cool.
That's a fun name.
But
they're going to be tempted.
Coffee Coburn and Ayo are going to be way too good for them. So I've got Illinois advancing in a not hard fought battle. This is going to be a blowout.
A bloodbath, really. Yeah,
this is going to be your noon game on Friday. That just tune in and out of it, and just maybe watch how many points Illinois puts up on Drexel.
It'll be the game that you're stopping down, getting ready, really, for the tournament to kick off. And then we've got Loyola Chicago. Did you hear?
Yeah, Sister Jean, it will be in attendance.
I am so pissed, man.
Yeah, automatic out for the Ramblers for me.
You will not see me root harder for a team wherever we go watch the game at and have some beers and stuff. Like wherever we watch the games, you will not see a person root harder against an 8 seed than me
against
rooting
Loyola
against
Chicago that you have no bias against, other than Sister Jean.
This 101-year-old woman who she literally, I could not remember who that team was. I could remember Sister Jean. I was like, oh, who was that nun from, or, the chaplain from a few years ago or whatever, like from that team? Was it St. Bonaventure? Was it, St.
Just really
Mary?
Unfortunate. She steals the show for those young kids playing this tournament.
I remember Florida Gulf Coast making a run. I remember George Mason making a run, but I don't remember.
I remember that coach for Florida Gulf Coast. But I think Moses Wright, ACC Player of the Year, is going to be too much. That backcourt with Jose Alvarado back, Defensive Player of the Year in the ACC, going to be too much. And Georgia Tech moves on.
And so we've got same. Tennessee versus Oregon State, taking the Volunteers to beat the Beavers.
Also taking the Volunteers, beating the Beavers. Didn't love them all season long. They only got in by winning the Pac-12, just like Georgetown for me. This is where the luck runs out. So,
all right. Well, that brings us to the team that you were very high on. Cade Cunningham and the Oklahoma State Cowboys are playing against Liberty.
Yep, I've got the Pokes beating the Flames here. Oklahoma State moves on. But that Liberty team is a little bit more dangerous than what people give them credit for. They play great defense, only giving up 60 points a game, and they score 74 a game. So they're good, but no one's going to be able to match up with Cade Cunningham.
And who knows what kind of crazy shenanigans Liberty president Jerry Falwell is going to get into for them making it to the tournament.
Maybe Hugh Freeze will show up in a hospital bed in the booth. So
who knows? Anything could happen.
Yep.
So we've got the next game, San Diego State versus Syracuse. I'm going with Buddy Boeheim and his dad in Syracuse.
Yep. Give me Buddy Boeheim for the NCAA tournament guy to watch. If you want to see a guy that's just going to jack up threes and catch fire, this is the guy that you want to watch. This is the game you want to watch. I'm going 11 over the 6 seed here, and Syracuse gets the win.
I'm scared to say how far San Diego State could potentially go. They may be the best Cali team rolling right now. That very well may be true, but only because all of the teams in California are garbage.
Yeah, bar is not set super high. I do think that San Diego State team is, pretty good. I just like Betty Boeheim.
I know. It's like
lighting it up.
it has nothing to do with San Diego State. San Diego State could have won the table, I'm going to pick Buddy Boeheim and Syracuse, the Orange, to beat anybody in that first round.
Yep, same.
West Virginia versus Morehead State. Taking West Virginia. You were very high. You called them your favorite 3 seed in the tournament.
Yeah, there's a lot of people not high on West Virginia. But I like the 3 seeds overall in this tournament. As you'll see later on, I've got my 3 seeds going to the Elite 8 in every single region. I'm big on these 3 seeds. And I think West Virginia and Bob Huggins moves on to the round of 32.
And then the next game is Clemson versus Rutgers. I'm taking Clemson based solely off of the one game I saw them play where they beat Notre Dame by like 40.
Yeah, a lot of teams beat Notre Dame by 40.
They did.
I got to watch Rutgers a little bit. They are inconsistent, but I'm going to go Rutgers over Clemson, and I think they're going to put it together in this tournament. So
wow. Okay, and
Stay
then
tuned.
Houston, a team you hated, versus Cleveland State at 15. I assume you're taking Houston here, though.
Yeah, I'm going to take Houston here, but keep an eye on this game. Cleveland State shoots a lot of threes. Houston does not shoot the ball well. They live off the glass and getting second chances.
Out athleting.
Yeah, and they've got some athletes that are very long. Keep an eye on this game for a potential upset. I don't feel comfortable to take Cleveland State. So I'm going with the Cougars here. But keep an eye on this game.
All right, and so we're going to the next round, the round of 32. We've got Illinois versus Georgia Tech, the Ramblin' Wreck. I'm taking Illinois, though.
Yeah, I'm taking Illinois, too.
It's been a fun run. It's been a fun run for Georgia Tech, but
yeah, Josh Pastner and
he did it
right.
Yep, he made it to the dance. He said it would take him 5 years to make it to the tournament with Georgia Tech, and he did it in 5 years. So he's a man of his word. Next round is next game is Tennessee versus Oklahoma State. I'm taking Oklahoma State. I'm taking Cade Cunningham, the most likely freshman of the year.
Yeah, the number 1 overall pick. I'm taking Oklahoma State as well. Like I said, if Avery Anderson can score for Oklahoma State at a decent clip, I think it'll be. I think they're good. I think they're going to beat Tennessee. So I think they're moving on.
I have West Virginia beating Syracuse here. I've got it the end of the road for Buddy Boeheim.
Yeah, I think Buddy Boeheim still might have a big game versus West Virginia. I just don't think it's going to be enough.
Which is all we want, really. We just want 2 good games of Buddy Boeheim, Jack Breeze. And then Clemson versus Houston. I've got Houston beating Clemson, and it was tough for me. You have Rutgers playing Houston.
Yeah, I've got Rutgers beating Houston.
Wow.
I just don't like Houston. I don't think they're polished enough. I think they're going to run into a Rutgers team that's going to be playing well off a win versus Clemson, and I think they're going to take that into the next round. And I think they're going to beat Houston. I think this 10 seed is going to move on. So
I did not see that coming. So I guess Illinois versus Oklahoma State. I'm taking Illinois, the Fighting Illini.
Yep, I'm also taking Illinois. Okay. Again, I think they're the best team in the nation. So
yeah, you said that last night, and that went into my decisions, which is what made my Elite 8 so tough. But then West Virginia versus you have Rutgers. I have Houston. I'm taking West Virginia, though, to advance. You said that they're your favorite 3 seed in the tournament.
Yeah, I've got them advancing as well.
And this is what made it so hard was when I have Illinois versus West Virginia in the Elite 8. And you said that Illinois is the best. You think they're the best team in the country. And you said West Virginia is your favorite 3 seed. So it's like Here we go.
Yeah, I think if you flip West Virginia and Texas, I think I have West Virginia beating Florida State. I think they'll give Baylor a run. I don't think they beat Gonzaga, and I don't think they beat Illinois. So I'm going Illinois. I think that's just a tough matchup for West Virginia to be in. And like I said, if they were in either the West or the South, I could definitely see them moving on to the Final Four. But in this region, in the Midwest, I think Illinois is just better. So,
and then in the finals, we have I have Gonzaga, Alabama, and then Baylor and Illinois.
Yeah, so pretty similar. I have Gonzaga, Texas, and Gonzaga moving on, beating Texas.
Yeah, I've got Gonzaga beating Alabama. They can't have everything. The Crimson Tide don't get everything.
Yeah. And so that leaves Baylor, Illinois. I've got the Fighting Illini.
As do I. So we both have a Gonzaga, Illinois championship.
Yeah, I think that's the one to root for. I think that's going to be the best game to watch. I know a lot of people wanted to see Gonzaga, Baylor, especially earlier in the season when they were supposed to play, but COVID ruined that. But I've got Gonzaga, Illinois, and I've got Illinois taking it in a pretty high scoring affair. I think it's going to be 87-82. Illinois is the score that I have
a 5-point differential as well. I have 89-84.
Wow. Very close. So yeah, I think Illinois is going to be raising the banners this year.
And I've got Gonzaga.
Really good.
I've got Gonzaga winning. So we've got a difference there. So I've got Gonzaga at 89-84. You've got Illinois at 87-82.
Yeah, tough to pick against a team that's never lost. So I definitely see where you're getting at there. I just think Illinois is just doing too much.
It's the year of the Disneyland Championships where it's all about making it some sort of made for TV movie kind of situation. And what would be better than an undefeated Gonzaga team? That's true. And I think at the end of the day, especially in a season like this, I think you've got to have the top teams in the Final Four. So we both have 3 1 seeds. They're the best all season for a reason. So I feel comfortable with my Final Four. I'm going to need to see Texas make a run, but I think they're going to be in the easiest position to do it with their 1 seed Michigan missing Isaiah Livers. So, yeah. That's it. We were able to thankfully after 3 hours of show last night, which was followed of like 8 hours yesterday of research and everything, studying and everything, culminated into a nice 45-minute little package of everything that you should do to your bracket if you want.
Yeah, and we'll upload our brackets and you'll be able to see them and compare yours to them. Mine's probably going to be perfect, so if you want a perfect bracket, go ahead and mimic it.
I wonder. Yeah, I mean, you'll have the perfect bracket, or I'll have the.
Yeah, I'm probably gonna have a bunch of first round losses. I do think COVID could be back-to-back national champs. This is the conference tournament got a little messy, and there's just a lot of people coming in. You have 68 teams. 72 with the play-ins. Yeah, 72 with the play-ins. It's a lot of players to keep tabs on, coaches, training staff. So it'll be interesting. I hope that we can get through this tournament with minimal scarring from COVID, but it's all up for grabs at this point. Hopefully Kansas and Virginia can play, and we won't have to update that. So,
before we go, Andy Dalton is a Bear.
I knew you would want to talk about this.
I don't want to.
Yeah, not great.
That you have to talk about because it's sports and it's one of our teams, so it's like something to care about.
Patriots spent a lot of money.
I was all in on Russell Wilson, man. I was like 100% set that Russell Wilson was going to be the quarterback. I was of the mind that they're waiting to get a deal done with Allen Robinson. They're waiting to get a deal done with Cordarrelle Patterson because we're going to sign. Or we're going to find a way to trade some pieces and get Russell Wilson. And then the news broke like 5 hours ago that Andy Dalton is the contract is finalized and he's now a Bear. So cool, man.
Yeah,
he won games with the Bengals, a garbage Bengals team. So
he looked okay as a Cowboy last year, but he's not Russell Wilson. They did say the Bears were pretty aggressive in their approach to get Russell Wilson, but I mean, all culminated to the Seahawks not wanting to get rid of him for good reason.
Yeah, he's really good.
Yeah.
Well, yeah, that's it. Be sure to like and subscribe to the YouTube channel. We were going to do this on Instagram Live to push people over to the YouTube, but whatever. We're putting all this on Spotify too, so that way you can listen to it in the car.
Yeah, hopefully by Friday morning we'll have this. You'll be able to listen to it pre-tournament to finalize your brackets, and we can help you with yours. Feel free to comment on our brackets and tell me that I'm stupid, or tell Garrett that he's stupid, and we will take it because we are. So
we accept it.
Yeah, good luck out there on Friday. I know everybody will be eyes glued to the TV all weekend long. I'm pumped for it. So
we'll send you updates and let you know where we're watching the game at, and some of y'all can join us. So that's it for tonight. Thanks for tuning in, and we'll see you on the flippity flop.